For over a century, BMW Motorrad has defined the art of motorcycling. But what happens when legendary German engineering meets three-wheeled freedom? Welcome to the world of BMW Trikes, where stability meets sophistication and the open road becomes accessible to everyone. Now let's be clear, BMW doesn't manufacture factory three-wheelers for 2026, but what they've created is something arguably better. A versatile platform that's become the canvas for America's finest trike conversion specialists. Companies like Hannigan Motorsports, MTC Voyager, and innovative custom shops have transformed iconic BMW motorcycles into stunning three-wheeled masterpieces that retain everything you love about the brand, while adding stability, storage, and year-round confidence. The most popular platforms? The BMW K1200 LT, a luxurious touring behemoth with a smooth inline-six engine delivering 160 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. This bike was born for conversion. Its low center of gravity, shaft drive, and integrated systems make it the perfect foundation for long-distance three-wheeled touring. Then there's the BMW 1150 RT and newer R1300 models, those iconic boxer twins that define BMW's heritage. The horizontally opposed engine creates natural balance, while the classic styling translates beautifully to trike form. And for the truly adventurous, custom builders are now converting the mighty BMW R18 with its colossal 1802cc boxer motor into retro-styled roadsters that would make pre-war racing legends jealous. A Hannigan conversion isn't just bolting on a rear axle, it's a complete transformation. Picture this: independent rear suspension with double wishbone geometry, adjustable coilovers tuned specifically for your riding style, and a differential borrowed from precision German automotive engineering. The kit adds approximately 320 pounds, but what you gain is immeasurable: stability in crosswinds, confidence in corners, and the ability to carry a 5-gallon auxiliary fuel tank for those epic cross-country adventures. Every detail matters. Matched fenders formed from hand-shaped aluminum, integrated brake systems with proportional rear braking, LED lighting that communicates with BMW's onboard electronics, trailer hitches rated for serious cargo, and storage. My friends, so much storage. We're talking 6 cubic feet of weatherproof trunk space, integrated panniers, and top cases that swallow your gear without breaking a sweat. Who rides a BMW Trike? Veterans who've logged hundreds of thousands of miles on two wheels, but want to keep riding without the physical demands of balancing a 700-pound touring bike. Couples who've discovered that three wheels means never having to put your feet down at a stoplight. Your passenger stays comfortable, secure, relaxed. Riders recovering from injuries who refuse to give up the freedom of the open road. And a growing number of enthusiasts who simply appreciate the unique presence a well-executed trike commands. Because let's be honest, when you roll up to a rally on a BMW K1200 LT conversion with its swooping bodywork, heated seats, GPS navigation, and that signature German build quality, you're not compromising, you're making a statement. But the aftermarket conversion is just the beginning. Custom builders like Shift Custom in Belarus are pushing boundaries, creating one-off masterpieces that blend BMW's boxer heritage with vintage racing aesthetics. Imagine an R18 wrapped in hand-formed aluminum bodywork reminiscent of the 1937 BMW 328, kidney grills up front, louvered panels, Rudge Whitworth center-lock wheels, and a Bluetooth sound system integrated into the nose cone. It's rolling automotive art that happens to have motorcycle DNA. These aren't kit cars. These are bespoke machines where chassis engineering is done in CAD, suspension geometry is optimized for the specific weight distribution, and every body panel is shaped by craftsmen using traditional coach building techniques. The result? A trike that looks like it rolled out of a 1930s European Grand Prix paddock, but rides with 21st century precision. Let's talk practicality. A complete Hannigan conversion kit runs around $9,000, not including installation. Figure another $2,000 to $4,000 for professional mounting, alignment, and integration. But here's the savvy move. Buy a BMW that's already been converted. The market is filled with immaculate examples. Low-mileage K1200 LTs with full trike conversions, easy steer systems, electric windshields, heated everything, and more accessories than you. Let me tell you about something real, not flashy, not trying to be what it's not, just honest, capable, and built to last. The 2026 Mitsubishi Triton. You know those trucks that look tough in the showroom but fold the moment you actually ask them to work? Yeah, this isn't one of those. The Triton comes from a lineage that's been proving itself for decades, hauling equipment across construction sites, navigating jungle trails, surviving conditions that would make most vehicles tap out before lunch. In some parts of the world, they call it the L200. Whatever name it carries, it's earned a reputation the old-fashioned way, by showing up and getting the job done, day after day, year after year. The 2026 model? Mitsubishi took everything that made the Triton legendary and asked a simple question: how do we make it better without losing what made it great in the first place? The answer is standing right in front of you. That front end, the dynamic shield design language, isn't just styling, it's a statement. Bold grille, sharp LED headlights that cut through fog and darkness like they have something to prove, muscular hood lines that hint at the power underneath. This truck looks like it means business, because it does. The elevated stance, the wider body, those sculpted fenders, every line communicates strength without arrogance. This is what purpose looks like when it's been refined over 40 years of real-world testing. Walk around to the side and you'll notice the proportions are just right, not oversized and compensating for something, not trying to be a luxury SUV masquerading as a truck, just perfectly balanced between capability and daily usability. The wheel arches have been redesigned, not for looks alone, but to handle the kind of off-road punishment that most trucks never see, but this one was born for. The cargo bed has been rethought with smarter load management, additional hooks, and a wider tailgate that actually makes loading and unloading less of a wrestling match. Now let's talk about what makes this thing move. Under that hood sits Mitsubishi's refined 2.4-liter turbocharged diesel engine. And before you tune out thinking diesels are loud, rattling workhorses from another era, understand this: Mitsubishi spent serious time tuning this engine for refinement. Better low-end torque that makes towing feel effortless, smoother power delivery that doesn't punish you with vibrations on long highway drives, an improved cooling system that keeps everything running optimally even when you're climbing steep grades with a full load in the middle of summer. The numbers? Around 190 horsepower and 450 newton-meters of torque. But numbers only tell part of the story. The real story is how it feels when you need to merge onto a highway with a trailer behind you, or when you're climbing a muddy incline that has other trucks spinning their wheels helplessly. The upgraded automatic transmission shifts smoother and responds faster under load, while the manual option is still there for those who prefer that direct connection between driver and machine. Then there's the four-wheel drive system. This isn't some marketing gimmick or all-wheel drive system that barely knows what to do with itself off pavement. This is a proper 4WD system with selectable drive modes that let you adapt to whatever terrain you're facing. Sand mode, mud mode, gravel mode, rocky terrain mode. Each one optimizes traction, throttle response, and stability control to match the challenge in front of you. The suspension has been strengthened and retuned to reduce body roll while improving comfort on rough roads. Ground clearance that lets you laugh at obstacles that would scrape the underside of lesser trucks. But here's what really separates the Triton from the crowd. It doesn't make you choose between capability and comfort. Step inside and you'll find a cabin that's been completely reworked. Soft touch materials across key surfaces, redesigned seats with better padding and lumbar support that actually works, more legroom in the back for passengers who aren't contortionists, better sound insulation that keeps road noise where it belongs, outside, climate control that cools faster in hot climates and heats up quickly when you need it. The dashboard hosts a larger touchscreen infotainment system. Eco driving modes help regulate throttle response and gear shifts to maximize economy, making the Triton practical for both daily commuting and long-haul work trips. The towing capacity is serious, strong enough for work equipment, recreational trailers, boats, or whatever you need to haul. But it's not just about raw numbers. It's about how stable the truck feels when you're towing, how confident you feel when backing up a trailer, how the transmission and engine work together to make heavy loads feel manageable rather than terrifying. Here's the truth about the 2026 Mitsubishi Triton. It's not trying to be the most expensive truck. It's not trying to be the most luxurious. It's not covered in chrome or leather that's afraid of actual dirt. What it is trying to be, what it succeeds at being, is honest, reliable, capable. A truck that works as hard as you do without complaint or drama.
All right, listen up, riders. And I mean all of you. Every highway hunter, every long-distance warrior, every adrenaline-crazed Touring machine fanatic watching this right now. Because what you're about to hear is not a soft review. It's not a gentle walkthrough. It's a full-force, steel-shattering announcement. The 2026 Honda Goldwing Trike has landed, and it's here to take over the entire damned touring world. You think you know what comfort is? You think you've felt power? You think you understand domination on the open road? No, not until you've seen what Honda just unleashed, the mechanical titan, the undisputed emperor, the road-devouring monster known as the 2026 Honda Goldwing Trike. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a challenge. A challenge to every other manufacturer bold enough to even whisper the word touring. Honda didn't come to improve. They came to end the debate about who builds the greatest long-distance machine on the planet. And you, yes, you watching this, if you're not ready for a machine that demands respect, one that pulls you in and refuses to let you ride casually, then you better look away. Because the Goldwing Trike doesn't care about your comfort zone. It's built to break it. Let's get one thing straight. The 2026 Goldwing Trike is not made for rookies. It's not made for weekend hobbyists. It's forged for the relentless, the fearless, the riders who own the asphalt and laugh at distance. And trust me, when you fire up that 1833cc SOHC flat-six engine, Honda's legendary symphony of power, you feel it. Not hear it, feel it. That deep, authoritative growl, that's not noise. That's a declaration of war. A war on mediocrity. A war on boring rides. A war on anyone who still thinks touring bikes can't be brutal and luxurious at the same time. Honda didn't just keep the iconic engine. They enhanced it. The throttle response? Smoother. The power band? Wider. The delivery? Pure, unapologetic force. This engine doesn't ask the road for permission. It takes it. From the moment you twist the throttle, the Trike surges forward like a steel predator released from its cage, stable, unstoppable, and hungry for miles. And you better be ready to hold on, because this machine doesn't simply accelerate, it launches. Honda engineered the 2026 Goldwing Trike to dominate long distances, not survive them. This isn't a journey bike. This is a marathon conqueror. Let's talk about that Trike chassis. reinforced, refined, reborn. Honda's new multi-stability trike geometry is nothing short of a masterpiece. 3 wheels, perfectly aligned to eliminate hesitation, eliminate wobble, eliminate fear. Cornering, smooth as slicing through air with a katana. High-speed cruising, stable like you're riding a grounded bullet train. Rough roads, you float. Steep hills, you ascend like a king returning to his kingdom. This trike is not a vehicle. It's a throne on wheels. And when you sit on it, you feel that royalty. The seating? Oh, the seating. Honda went beyond comfort. They engineered human perfection. Premium foam density, tailored lumbar angles, heated surfaces, cooling channels. It's a seat designed not to cradle you, but to command you. You don't relax on a Goldwing Trike. You take control of a cockpit built for long-distance domination. And then, the tech. Riders, brace yourselves, because Honda did not hold back. A full 7-inch advanced display system, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, smart Bluetooth integration, dynamic ride modes, traction control, wheel control, hill assist, reverse assist, throttle-by-wire evolution, ABS that thinks faster than you blink. A new intelligent stability algorithm tuned specifically for the trike configuration. Every feature is designed with surgical precision to make you the master of the road. This isn't technology for convenience. This is technology for power. And Honda's audio system? Absolutely insane. Premium speakers engineered to punch through wind like a sound cannon, even at highway speeds. Your music doesn't fade, it attacks the air around you. Now let's talk about storage, because Honda knows you're not taking this monster out for a coffee run. Massive cargo capacity, waterproof trunks, deep side bins, integrated lighting, quick access panels, everything engineered to make 3,000-mile journeys feel like you packed for a weekend. Honda wants you to go farther than ever, and they built the machine to make sure you do. But let's get to the part no one wants to admit, but everyone needs to hear. The 2026 Goldwing Trike is not for the timid. It's not for people who kinda like riding. It's for you, the highway kings, the mile crushers, the monsters of the open road. The ones who want to feel alive every second their engine is running. This trike demands a rider with presence, a rider with confidence, a rider who doesn't fade into traffic, but stands out like a rolling monument of dominance. If you're watching this thinking, I want a gentle touring ride, this isn't your machine. But if you're watching this thinking, I want the most powerful, most stable, most luxurious, most advanced, most unstoppable touring trike ever built, then you know damn well this is the one. Honda didn't simply build the next Goldwing Trike. They built the final boss of touring machines. This is the aggressive evolution of everything Honda has learned in decades of engineering excellence. A machine so refined, so powerful, so overwhelmingly superior, the rest of the industry is going to spend years trying to catch up. But they won't, because Honda just hit a level that can't be copied, only respected. So riders, prepare yourselves, because when you ride the 2026 Goldwing Trike, you aren't riding a motorcycle. You are riding a legend, a road-devouring titan, a luxury war machine with the soul of a fighter jet and the comfort of a rolling palace. This is not just the king of touring. It is the undefeated, unchallenged, unapologetic god of the touring world. If you're bold enough, strong enough, passionate enough, then get on. Grip that handlebar, feel the power surge through your body, and show the road who the hell is in charge.
Listen, I need you to understand something right now. Everything you thought you knew about riding is about to get completely obliterated. You've been playing it safe, haven't you? 2 wheels, 4 wheels, the same tired machinery everyone else is pushing down the same boring roads. But 2026 just arrived with a sledgehammer, and Volkswagen isn't asking for your permission to change the game. They're demanding you pay attention, because the Trike isn't just another vehicle. It's a declaration of war against everything mundane, everything predictable, everything that's been holding you back from the ride you actually deserve. You want to talk about presence? This machine doesn't enter a space, it conquers it. The 2026 Volkswagen Trike rolls up with 3 wheels of pure, unapologetic aggression, engineered with German precision that doesn't compromise and doesn't apologize. This isn't some cute little experiment or a quirky side project. This is Volkswagen taking everything they know about performance, stability, and raw mechanical excellence and forging it into something that makes people stop mid-sentence when you pass by. The low-slung profile cuts through air like it's got a personal vendetta against wind resistance, and that distinctive 3-wheel stance, it's not just unconventional, it's intimidating. Under that sculpted body sits an engine that growls with intent. We're talking about power delivery that responds to your throttle input like it's been waiting its entire existence for you to ask for more. The electric powertrain option brings instant torque that slams you back into your seat without warning, without mercy, without that old-school hesitation of traditional combustion. And if you're the type who still craves that visceral combustion experience, the hybrid configuration gives you both worlds. The rumble when you want it, the silent predator mode when you need to sneak up on the competition. This isn't about being environmentally conscious for the sake of a pat on the back. This is about having every tool in the arsenal and choosing your weapon based on the moment. The handling dynamics are where physics meets fury. That front-end architecture with 2 wheels up front and 1 in the rear creates a cornering experience that defies what you think is possible on 3 contact patches. You lean into turns with confidence that borders on reckless because the electronic stability systems are working at computational speeds that make your reflexes look prehistoric. But here's the thing, those systems aren't there to babysit you. They're there to let you push harder, go faster, take risks that would be genuinely dangerous in lesser machines. Volkswagen engineered this platform to reward aggression, to amplify skill, to make every rider feel like they've unlocked a level of performance they didn't know existed. The cockpit wraps around you like tactical armor. Every control, every surface, every digital interface is positioned with ruthless efficiency. The heads-up display projects critical data directly into your line of sight because taking your eyes off the road isn't an option when you're moving at these speeds. The handlebar-mounted controls respond to the lightest touch, giving you command over drive modes, regenerative braking intensity, and performance parameters without ever breaking your concentration. The seat itself is sculpted from materials that balance comfort with the kind of support you need when G-forces are testing your commitment during hard acceleration and aggressive cornering. This isn't a casual weekend cruiser setup. This is a command center built for someone who treats every ride like it matters. Connectivity isn't just a buzzword here, it's integrated warfare. The Trike syncs with your devices, learns your riding patterns, adapts to your preferences, and anticipates your needs before you consciously register them. Want navigation that routes you through the most engaging roads instead of the fastest highways? Done. Need real-time performance telemetry tracking your lap times, lean angles, and acceleration curves? It's already recording. The companion app doesn't just give you data, it gives you insights that make you a better, faster, more confident rider every single time you throw your leg over this machine. Safety features are implemented not as limitations, but as enablers. The advanced traction control system doesn't cut power when you're having fun. It optimizes power delivery to keep you on the edge of adhesion without crossing into disaster territory. The anti-lock braking system modulates pressure independently at each wheel, giving you stopping power that feels supernatural even when conditions are compromised. The adaptive lighting system doesn't just illuminate the road, it predicts your path through corners and adjusts beam patterns accordingly, painting light exactly where you're about to go. These aren't nanny systems, these are performance multipliers that let you ride harder, faster, and with more confidence than you've ever experienced before. The 2026 Volkswagen Trike isn't trying to fit into any existing category because categories are for machines that lack vision. This is transportation reimagined by engineers who refused to accept conventional wisdom, who looked at the status quo and decided it wasn't good enough, who built something that makes every other vehicle on the road look like it's standing still even when it's moving. This is for riders who don't want to blend in, who don't want to be reasonable, who don't want to settle for good enough when exceptional is sitting right there waiting to be unleashed. You know that feeling when you first saw a Maserati? That sharp intake of breath? That moment where time just stopped and the world seemed to tilt slightly on its axis? Yeah, we bottled that sensation. We captured it, refined it, distilled it down to its purest essence. And then we did something completely insane with it. Something they said couldn't be done. Something they said shouldn't be done. This isn't your grandfather's three-wheeler. This isn't some weekend toy for people going through a midlife crisis trying to recapture their youth with something quirky from a catalog. This isn't a novelty. This is what happens when Italian racing heritage, decades of engineering excellence, and the raw, unfiltered freedom of the open road collide in the most spectacular way possible. And they have a beautiful, rebellious, absolutely magnificent child together. The 2026 Maserati Trike. 2 wheels in back, 1 up front, and 0 compromises anywhere in between. We took a V-twin engine, something already beautiful in its own right, gave it the full Maserati treatment, our engineers spending countless hours perfecting every aspect, and now it sounds like a symphony written by someone who's never heard the word subtle and doesn't plan to start now. Every twist of the throttle is a declaration of independence. Every curve is a conversation between you and physics. And here's the thing, you're winning that conversation every single time. Look at those lines. That's not design, that's sculpture in motion. Carbon fiber bodywork that weighs less than your excuses, less than your hesitation, less than everything holding you back from the life you actually want to live. A cockpit that wraps around you like it was custom tailored by artisans in Milan, because it absolutely was. Hand-stitched leather that smells like ambition, instruments that glow with purpose, controls positioned exactly where your hands expect them to be, where they want them to be. And that trident on the front, that's not just a badge you bought, that's not decoration, that's a warning to everything else on the road. You're not gonna see another one at the stoplight. You're not gonna blend into traffic like every other commuter, counting down the minutes until they can feel alive again. You're not gonna be ignored, overlooked, or forgotten. And honestly, if you wanted any of those things, if anonymity was your goal, you'd have moved on already. This is 200 horsepower of Italian fury, balanced on 3 points of contact with the asphalt. This is wind in your face and adrenaline in your veins, and the kind of smile you can't fake or manufacture. This is the vehicle for people who looked at motorcycles and sports cars, weighed the options, considered the conventional wisdom, and said, why choose? This is for people who make their own rules. The stability of 3 wheels means you can push harder into corners than you ever thought possible. The low center of gravity means physics becomes your co-pilot instead of your adversary. The engineering means every component works in perfect harmony, a mechanical ballet happening thousands of times per second beneath you. And the Maserati badge means you're not just riding something fast, you're riding something with soul, with history, with a century of racing pedigree flowing through every bolt and bearing. We didn't build this for everyone. We didn't focus group it to death or sand down its edges to appeal to the masses. We built it for you, the person who understands that the journey matters more than the destination, the person who knows that some experiences can't be replicated in virtual reality or captured in a photograph, the person who's tired of watching other people live and wants to feel truly, completely, undeniably alive.